Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 16 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand, and we've got another week where we're waiting for Mikel Arteta to give us an update on whether Gabriel is going to be available or not. I'll be honest, he's not given us a lot of information in the last few weeks, so I'm not that hopeful for what information we're going to get today. We do know from reports yesterday that he's hoping to play him after a hamstring injury. We also had news yesterday that the Fulham centre-backs Anderson and Bassey are both out to add fuel to a captain debate between Salah and Palmer. We've got the Merseyside derby news that postponement from last week is going to be rearranged for double game week 24 as well. And we've got 9 press conferences coming up in the next hour at 1 o'clock. So in the next couple of minutes, we're expecting to hear from Bournemouth and Chelsea. 1:15, it's going to be West Ham and Wolves. 1:30, it's Arsenal, Brentford, Crystal Palace and Manchester United. And then at 2 o'clock, it's Aston Villa. If you are here, come and say hello in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well, and let me know in the chat what injury news you are waiting on. Are you a Gabriel owner? Do you need news on that one? Are there other information that you're looking for today as well? Because we've got a lot to get through. It's a Saturday deadline. It's a bit later actually. I believe it is it a 1:30 deadline tomorrow? Yeah, it is. Me and Gianni are on Sky Sports at 10:30, but yeah, the deadline is a little bit later than normal this week. No early kickoff. But then the schedule's a bit weird because on Sunday there's a 2 o'clock, a 4:30 and a 7 p.m. So I think Southampton Spurs was meant to be the early kickoff on Saturday, but because Spurs are in the Europa League, that's got moved to Sunday evening. And then there's a game on Monday as well. The last one is Bournemouth against West Ham. Let's move across then to have a look at how things are looking with my team. I've not made any transfers at the moment. I am looking at Mbeumo out for Enzo and Lewis out for Trent. I'm still on the fence whether Mbeumo is a sell or not. I find it difficult to spend on a similar price midfielder. I still think he's the best fourth midfielder at that price point, but if you are looking to get funds out, then to get a Trent, I then think it's maybe worth it to go with like an Enzo or something like that. So that's where I'm at with my team. If you're in a live chat, come and say hello. Ashley was in early, although he's on shopping duty. Odin says, hey Holly, hope you're well. Good to see you, Odin. We've got FPL Down Under is in and modding. Henry's here. Peter's here as well, as is Emma, Light Rays. Mark in from sunny Saudi. Shiraz says hello Holly and to everyone watching. Andrew's finally made it to one that's live. Nice to see you. Matthew says hi Holly and everyone watching. VJ says let's get the stream to 500 likes. Also modding. Good to see you. Get Carter is hoping for a firm yes or no from Arteta on Gabriel news. You'll be lucky. Very lucky if we get that sort of information. Al Chester's in, good to see you, as is Joseph, GV, FPL North. Did Mbeumo to Gordon last week, done move, but I couldn't get Isak and wanted a piece of the Newcastle attack. Plan is Jackson to Isak next week. Nice. Let's have a look then at what is happening on the tweet deck. Because we did have Chelsea and... can't remember the other one now. Bournemouth, that was it. We did have Bournemouth and Chelsea scheduled for this one. But I can't see, unless I've missed, oh, here we go, here's Bournemouth. No exact timelines on Senesi and Tavernier. On Senesi, when you have a muscle injury and you decide to go to the surgeon, it's a big one, 3 to 4 months. Tavernier is not a big one, only a few weeks. don't think we've missed anything else. Not that I can see anyway. Pep was in early at 12:30. So we've not actually caught Pep live today. We've had a super chat in from Odin. Thank you, Odin. Currently in spoons, but I'll always make the time for this stream. I'm waiting on Big Gabby 6 news, but I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm not holding my breath. I love it. Love the honesty. What we're going to do then is recap everything that we've had, because there were some press conferences yesterday. I'll give this a refresh. So Tyler Adams available for Bournemouth, no timelines for Senesi and Tavernier. Spurs came earlier. Postecoglou and Van de Ven, we probably won't get clarity until next week. When guys get injured, you need to let the injuries settle down. It does feel like they were rushed back a little now. Positive update on Ben Davies. Not as bad as first thought. There is a chance he could be back before the new year. So it's not looking great defensively for Spurs. Is anyone still a Pedro Porro owner? Johnson recovered from illness to play at Ibrox yesterday. Postecoglou hoping for a better performance from Werner. Pep said earlier that Nunes could play as a right back in the Manchester derby or revert to a back five. Akanji struggling with discomfort in the pelvis area. Kovacic and Foden returned to the matchday squad midweek. Rico Lewis is of course suspended. Earlier today we heard from Hersler. Veltman is a late fitness test 50-50. Hinselwood and Kadioglu will be left until the final session. Both are considered doubts, the latter more so. Hersler will be guided by the medical staff over the return of Solly March. He's doing well. Minter will get there after his injury setback. We heard from Slot earlier as well. Alisson returned midweek. Chiesa and Jota are available. Maybe Diogo is in the squad. Depend on the numbers that we have. And then from Eddie Howe, Callum Wilson is on the sidelines for another 8 weeks. This is good news for Isak owners or anyone that's looking to move for Isak anytime soon. I think that's positive news there. Joe Willock hasn't trained fully, but he's progressing. Nick Pope has a knee issue, which will be checked by a specialist today. Miley came through a couple of games and he's looking good. And Howe feels sorry for Callum Wilson. Botman has been trained consistently. Plan is late December or early January for him. And then this is the Pope news. And then yesterday we heard from Ipswich, no significant injury concerns. Fulham, Reece Nelson, probably about 10 weeks. McCarthy is now fully fit for Southampton. This is what we know on Gabriel, which I thought was quite positive, to be fair. Arsenal are hoping that he will be fit to return against Everton. He's missed the last 3 games with a hamstring injury, but is close to returning despite not being risked in the 3-0 win over Monaco last night. You look at Arsenal's fixtures over the next 4, particularly Everton at home this week, and I think it's Ipswich at home in 18. You think they're really nice fixtures for Arsenal. So I think you have to keep faith with Gabriel. Maybe Arteta gives us a good update, but even if he doesn't, I still think you keep Gabriel top for big chances on goal among defenders this season. I think you look at your 4th and 5th defenders and think about improving them. A few players working their way back for Everton. Bednarek is back for Southampton, which is good news. Ramsdale very close as well. Leicester indeed is out. Winks late fitness test. Buonanotte returns. But Samare is banned. This is the big news from Fulham, who of course travel to Anfield this week. Batty and Kearney both suspended. Harrison Reed will miss the rest of the year with knee surgery. Joachim Andersen will miss out a game due to a calf complaint. So Marco Silva's first choice centre-backs are out of this game. So if you're on the fence on who to back for captaincy between Palmer and Salah, maybe there's impetus there to go Salah. And yeah, we had this news yesterday that double game week 24, the Merseyside derby being penciled in for Tuesday, the 11th of February. Right, let's head back to the tweet deck. See if anything is going on, if we've missed anything. I think we've had the updates from Bournemouth, but we were expecting to hear from Chelsea as well. Although there could be embargoed quotes as well, because they were obviously away in the Europa Conference League last night. Doesn't look like it. So we've heard from Bournemouth. We're still waiting for Chelsea, and in 5 minutes' time we should hear from West Ham and Wolves as well. And then coming up at 1:30 we've got Arsenal, Brentford, Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Sorry, I just talked over that, didn't I? I'll get better. Is there many Watkins owners in the house? Obviously, he's flagged. 20% owned is Watkins. Obviously, he wasn't involved in the Champions League midweek either. So that's going to be a big... Oh no, he did play in the Champions League. Have I missed what's going on with Watkins? Fear I may have. It's because I'm not a Watkins owner, so washed over me. So he got the nod in the Champions League, but he came off with a small injury. Interesting. We'll see then. We'll see what update we get from Unai Emery later. Looks like we won't have to wait long to hear from Arteta, which is good. In the meantime, I can go through some of your questions. Shiraz says he's waiting on Watkins. FPL Down Under, I don't own Gabriel, but he's on my radar for a few weeks. I was going to bring him in last week, but he wasn't announced to play. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Matthew has Gabriel, Timber, Trent and Aït-Nouri. Who would you bench? One of the Arsenal boys. Let's see what the Gabriel update is. Henry says, who's a good captain this week? Well, it looks to be a two-horse race between Palmer and Salah. Palmer winning the captain poll on here at the moment. While you're voting in the captain poll, make sure you press some buttons as well. Like and subscribe. Rodgers to Enzo feels a little sideways, but I think it could be a good move. Yeah, the Merseyside derby information is not official at the moment. It is more just rumours. J-Dubs, do you think Gabriel to Trent? I think Gabriel and Trent is going to be the play. If Gabriel's got a chance of being fit. I wouldn't be selling Gabriel, Chris. Agnon says, Pope out for a month, apparently. Ooh. What's my thoughts on the assistant managership? Honestly, I'm really surprised they've brought in something so complicated. I've not really got my head around it yet. I guess I don't need to yet because we can't use it for a little while longer. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many like fun things I could have done. This doesn't feel that fun. It feels more of a pain, more of an inconvenience. I'm not like buzzing to start using it or anything like that. I just feel like they could have done something that was way simpler. I don't really know what it's adding, especially because you have to like use one of your players on it. I don't know. Nuno says Gabriel out or just clickbait. Oh, you've got to have an injured player on the thumbnail. There was a lot of people waiting for the Gabriel news. Who am I captaining this week? Salah. 100% locked on that. Odin says I can't see Arteta risking Gabriel this week. Thing is, though, he didn't risk him in midweek for this game, I think, because the next midweek it's Palace in the League Cup quarters. There's a lot of moving parts, I guess, isn't there? Odin says I'm an Arsenal fan and I would think he would play. Thanks, Odin. VJ said only 70 likes. We're at 92 now. We can definitely get over the line to 100. Well, you're in an like in a stream. Glenn says Conser plays against Forest away. Yeah, not that great a fixture. Jay, would you get Trent for a hit? No, not for a hit. Odin's gone Watkins to Isak. You've gone early. I don't think you'll regret that move, though. It's hard to trust Watkins if he's not fully fit going into this period. You've got to play 8 Nori at home to Ipswich. Mike says Matoma to Enzo or roll. I do like Matoma to Enzo, which depends how many free transfers you've got though. If you've only got one, I maybe wouldn't do it. If you've got a few, I would. Emery's press conference is at 2 o'clock. Hold or replace Bowen, I think you can hold. Nice differential. Would I get Trent in for a hit selling Lewis and Burmo? No. Leaves on trees. Any Canate update? I don't think Slot said anything. I think we had a bit of an update that he's not going to be out for that long. Looks like Maresca is in for his press conference now. Only 17 minutes late. Lewison and Burmo to Trent and Enzo. That's exactly the moves I'm making, Stephen. Essa, Haaland to Isak and then Burmo to Saka with 2 frees. Yeah, I'd do that. Scott is in from Lexington, Kentucky. Good to see you. Action is in and modding. Thank you. Gianni is in. He says, who are you capping, Holly? I'm Team Palmer. I'm Team Salah. What? I forgot now what game's on while we're in the pub. Yes, I'm going to get my Salah points and you're going to have to wait till Sunday for the Palmer points. Yeah, I'm 100% on Salah. Although if Salah blanks, you'll be loving life. Right, let's see if Maresca's got anything for us yet then. Doesn't seem to be. We can't do shots, Johnny. I don't think I've got shots in me. But I mean, if Salah blanks, then I may need one. What is your shot of choice? That's the key question. I think if there was I think anything would have me on the floor. Just trying to look cool. Gabriel update is coming at 1:30. Alan asks, Alisson or Raya for Flecken for a -4. Have Trent, no Arsenal defender. I wouldn't be taking a hit for a defender. Femi has 3 frees, looking at Mbermo, Vita and Lewis, Enzo, Isak and Kirkes Hall for 3 frees. It's really difficult to say whether you want an Isak or a Trent. Have you got Trent already? If so, that sounds okay. I'd look at Colwell though in that like budget defender spot, or a Villa defender as well. Omorara looking at Sri Lanka captain, wouldn't go there. Kenneth, would you do Colwell and Burmo Kuna to Timber, Enzo, Isak for free? I wouldn't sell. No, I'd do Burmo to Enzo this week and do the other ones next week. I wouldn't do Kuna to Isak this week. Janice looking for permission to buy Isak and he's saying, is anyone selling Solanke to get Isak? I still feel like Solanke's a really nice hold. Especially this week. Every week I look at him and think, is he a sell? Is he a keep? Looks like Arteta is in the building. So there's Solanke. The Gabriel update is coming. Nice of Arteta to be early. This is one of these crappy things where it gets you to log in, isn't it? Oh, maybe he's not there. Teasing us. Maresca says Jackson was upset because he didn't score against Spurs. Lovely. Yeah, get your predictions in for what Arteta's going to say. It's something like, because when do Arsenal play? Do they play tomorrow? Oh, yeah, they play tomorrow, don't they? So we could get leaks. Wolves press is starting as well. Say something like, oh, but the thing is, they should have already trained. If his presses is at 1:30, they'll have trained at like 11, 11:30. So I don't think he can give us the training line. He might say something like, he's trained a bit today, we'll make a call tomorrow. I don't know. Wolves team news, we're okay. Sarr and Sarabia won't make it, but apart from that, we're fine. See if he's started yet. No. Maybe a bit keen. Gary O'Neill lives to fight another day. Super chat from Odin, who says that Arteta will say, wait and see. Yeah, it's pretty likely, isn't it? It's annoying, but yeah, it's pretty likely. Why does everyone think I'm married to Gianni? We're both married to different people, just to clarify. Alex says, and Burmay to Gordon for a free transfer. Feels a bit sideways. Football says, I've got 2 frees. Thinking Lancashire to Jackson, Palmer to Madison. No. Start on Burma or Johnson? Johnson? Would you bench Enzo, Bruno or João Pedro? Maybe João Pedro. John is in and modding. Good to see you, John. As is Dread. Says afternoon all. Gabriel news coming in the next 5 minutes. Jemima, help on bench, play Hall or Porro. Probably Porro. Cardiac. Johnson to Enzo to make money for Wood to Jackson. I wouldn't be looking to sell Chris Wood. I think if you're getting Enzo already, you don't need Palmer, Enzo and Jackson. Semedo's the new Wolves captain. Lamina stepping down. Mutual decision. Come on then, Arteta. Let's have it. Just a reminder then, we've heard from Bournemouth, Chelsea and Wolves. Still waiting on West Ham. And then coming up now, it's Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, United. And then at 2 o'clock, it's Aston Villa. Amateur, Bruno to Enzo, and Worcester to Isak. Yeah. Vardiol to Timber for free. Yeah. Start Semenyo or Enzo. Enzo. Bone to Gordon, feels sideways. Shiraz needs to bench one from Burmo, Semenyo, Wood, Watkins, Pedro. Well, let's wait for the Watkins update. There is a possibility of Gabriel being available this weekend. He trained today. That's your update. I mean, if he's trained, he's fine, isn't he? That's as good as you're going to get from Arteta. Harry's saying that's not the right quote. What do you mean it's not the right quote? How can it not be the right quote? I'm confused now. Are you saying you don't trust him? I'm lost now. He said one of Calafiori and Gabriella's trained today. Oh. This is what Andy's relayed. There is a possibility with one of them to be available. He trained today and we will see tomorrow. Cryptic Arteta and the rest. Why are people putting that we're in a press conference then? Oh, here we go. There is a possibility with one of them to be available. Is that Gabriel? Yes. Maybe the second line was the better one then. Yeah, I think we're all right. I think we're fine. Panic over. There we go. Patience prevails. So he gave some crappy, cryptic comment, and then someone directly said, "Was that Gabriel?" And he said yes. And then he's then gone on to say about Calafiori is not ready yet. Zinchenko also won't be back tomorrow. You can watch it on the Arsenal website on Sky Sports. It depends what territory you're in. Johnny Evans is back in training. United should have more or less a fully fit squad to face City in a derby. Everyone should be back. Evans is back in training. Someone played Arteta at his own game in that press conference then. It's all going on now. I'm struggling to keep up. Yeah, I think we're good. From Palace, Walton is unavailable. Had a little bit of reaction to his training sessions. Nothing serious. Hopefully back for the Arsenal game. Frank are targeting a return to training in the new year. Ward has an issue with his calf. All other players are fit. Someone said regarding United, everyone but sure. John's on Captain Salah, like it. Not fully confirmed yet, Akshat, no. Odin says I'd take that as a Gabby start. Yeah, same here. Don't sell Gabriel now. I don't think you'll get a cameo. I don't think so. I'm going to start him. Brentford press is getting underway. Seems to be a lot filtering through. It's all come at once. Sorry, I feel like I'm just sat here watching a tweet deck myself. See what's going on. So we've heard from Arteta now and Glasner. Amorim's in at the minute as well. We're also waiting for comments from West Ham, Brentford. And then it's the infamous wait for Arteta. Not Arteta. This is interesting from Harry. No one asked Maresca on injury news, and we was wanting news because Nkunku didn't travel, did he? Maybe he's a league player now. I mean, it could be embargoed. It's just annoying when things like that happen and you've not got the full information. John says we get to play the high and late with Lunai B game. I know, I've got a few, because obviously I'm on Sky tomorrow and I'm got to get a few bits done before I start the journey down, pick the kids up from school. I was hoping that he'd be on time or that we wouldn't need it, but yeah, there's a lot wanting Watkins news, so gonna have to convince me to wait it out and stay. Are these ads on the YouTube channel or ads on the tweet deck? Because I can maybe adjust if it's a problem. Cedric says the United presser was embargoed from last night. Evans was training yesterday. Fair. Oh, Simon's in as well. He says, where has the week gone? Friday already. Good to see you, Simon. It's been a while. How are you? Who are you captaining? Kamo, Flecken and Burma, Greaves to Raya, Trent and Iwobi for a -4. Don't love Iwobi. That's the thing when it's been a midweek European, especially when there's so many teams away on a Thursday. We don't get proper news on a Friday. I mean, a Chelsea presser could have been embargoed as well. Going back to Harry's question.
If we just reflect briefly on
No,
Sunday,
it's not like okay, actually.
moments like that.
That looks like it is real. I'll just, yeah, I'll just check that, haven't I? FPL is still reporting from Pep an hour ago. Was it the Nkunku thing you was looking out for, Harry? I mean, it's 15 minutes long, so I can't just read it all out. Must be embargoed then. Ah, here we go. Harry says, I've listened to the whole presser on the website. No mention of any injuries at all. Wonder if it's embargoed. It must be then. That's frustrating. What are we thinking then? We pleased with the Gabriel update? Or not? Thomas Frank says Janelt should be involved with the squad against Chelsea. So that's a Brentford team news. Have we seen anything from West Ham? I'm sure I saw that their presser was starting. I don't know if I have seen anything from the Hammers. Team news. Fulkrug is improving all the time. He was out for a long time and now he's recovered and day by day he's getting better. It's good news for us that he's back. He's been working in a normal way for the last 10 days and he is ready. Going to visit Antonio today or tomorrow. Happy he's recovering well. He was able to talk to us ahead of the Wolves game. That's good to hear. Yeah, so a few bits of info dropping in and out there. Oh, John's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, John. They've gone to Asher Ali, Kick Your Ass, Knowledge, Toril and Damir. If you got one of those, go give Killer Rat a big thank you. JR says, Gabriel update, let's be safe to transfers and roll. Love it. So, for some reason in the UK, they, like, half the press conference goes out live and then there's a section that's embargoed, which means that it happens and then the media say, oh, you can't comment on that until, like, 10 PM or something. I don't really know why. Bonkers LSC is hopeful of a Gabriel start. He plays even, only 75% fit. Yes, I'm hopeful there as well. Let's update on what we've had this afternoon then. Janelt is available for Brentford. Wharton is unavailable for Palace. Amorim's got a full squad. Evans is back in training. Calafiori not ready yet. Zinchenko won't be back. There's a possibility of Gabriel being available for this weekend. He has trained today. No massive updates from Wolves. Sarr and Sarabia won't make it. Apart from that, we're fine. Watkins is an injury doubt after picking up a win over Leipzig. Tyler Adams will be available after being rested. No time frames on Senesi and Tavernier. I wanted to see what Ben Dinnery said on Watkins, actually. Or is it FPL Villains? It was only midweek, wasn't it? Potential return 21st. I mean, they've got Duran now, haven't they? I think it's FPL Villains. I wonder if he said anything. No. Interesting. Right, I'll be honest, guys. I have got a few bits and bobs I need to get done before travelling down to London for Sky tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap things up there. I think Watkins, reading between the lines, I think we'll get an update on Watkins that he is out, in which case he'll be an easy sell at that point for an Isak or back down. But I hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, hit the like button, Subscribe to the channel as well. Hopefully I'll have a short for you tomorrow with the experts team. I am planning on doing my planned moves, which is Mbermo down to Enzo. I'll probably do this tonight, to be fair. Lewis out for Trent. And then I'll be benching Morgan Rogers. I'll be benching Vandenberg and Konza and Fabianski. And I'll be going Captain Salah, Vice Captain Palmer. On our captain poll, Palmer was the winner just. Good luck, everyone. I hope you have a great game week.